She was found at the bottom of a garbage chute in the basement of a luxury Melbourne apartment tower, still alive when she landed, but too injured to cry for help. The official ruling, an accident, but her family, the public, and even some experts don't believe it. What really happened to Phoebe Handsjuk? Phoebe was just 24 years old. She was known for her intelligence, her deep artistic spirit, and her emotional sensitivity. A poet, photographer, and an old soul with a magnetic personality, but also someone who struggled with inner turmoil, anxiety, substance use, and periods of depression. At the time of her death, she lived in a luxury 12th floor apartment in Melbourne's Balancea Tower with her boyfriend Anthony Hampel, a prominent events promoter from an influential legal family. To the outside world, Phoebe's life seemed glamorous, but inside those apartment walls, something darker may have been happening. On the morning of December 2nd, Phoebe was reportedly agitated. Security footage showed her leaving and re-entering the building several times. She bought alcohol. She sent unusual text messages. That evening, Anthony claimed he returned home to find broken glass and blood droplets in the apartment. But Phoebe was nowhere to be seen. He later discovered that a woman's body had been found in the garbage compactor room. It was Phoebe. She had fallen 12 stories down a narrow garbage chute, landing feet first in the compactor, where she bled to death from massive injuries. Police arrived at the scene around 7 p.m. What they found was bizarre. No signs of forced entry, no defensive wounds. Her phone and keys were still inside the apartment. The garbage chute was narrow, just 22 centimeters wide. Despite this, initial reports concluded that Phoebe had somehow climbed into the chute herself, possibly while under the influence. Toxicology reports revealed alcohol and sleeping pills in her system, but not at lethal levels. The entire situation raised questions. Was this really possible? Experts were called in to test the theory. Phoebe was a tall, athletic young woman. Could she really have opened the chute door, located chest high, lifted herself in without bruising, and descended feet first? Tests with mannequins and volunteers found it extremely difficult to enter the chute that way without signs of a struggle. More troubling, no fingerprints were found on the door, no bruising around her shoulders, no blood inside the chute. It was almost too clean. Her grandfather, Lorne Campbell, a retired detective, was the first to publicly say, "This doesn't add up." A coroner's inquest was held back in 2013. It examined forensic evidence, security footage, digital messages, and timelines. Anthony Hampel testified. He denied involvement, stating he had no idea what happened. The coroner ultimately ruled the death as likely accidental, with no definitive proof of foul play, but added how she entered the chute will never be known. The public was divided. Some blamed media sensationalism. Others saw a possible cover-up due to Anthony's elite connections. Phoebe's family continued to push for justice, refusing to accept the accident theory. Several alternative theories have circulated. Intentional suicide, but Phoebe's actions that day were inconsistent with someone planning to take their own life. Accident. Impaired by substances, she may have been exploring or acting impulsively. Foul play. She was pushed, coerced, or already unconscious when placed in the chute. But none of these have ever been proven. Anthony has never been charged and remains a free man. Phoebe's death has become one of Australia's most debated cases. A 2020 podcast and renewed media attention have brought the case back into public discussion. Her family still campaigns for answers, for independent investigations, for policy changes to prevent similar tragedies. To this day, no one knows for sure what happened in apartment 1201 on December 2nd. All we do know is that Phoebe Handsjuk's life ended far too soon, and the truth may still be waiting in the shadows. What do you think happened to Phoebe? Comment below. This case isn't closed. Subscribe to the channel for more deep dive investigations into real unsolved mysteries. And as always, stay curious and stay questioning.